Welcome everyone, and today we will be playing Kenshi. Kenshi is a sandbox similar to Space Engineers, except it's set in a sort of post-apocalyptic setting. There's a bunch of different races, but its main, I guess you could call it, selling point is it kind of lets you do whatever you want. You can be a warlord, you can be a trader, you can be a city builder, you can be anything. But another crucial feature of it is that it doesn't consider you as sort of like the main player. In most games, it's just kind of focused around you, but in Kenshi, there's a whole dynamic world. So you are not the center of the game, which I think is pretty cool. So for this playthrough of Kenshi, I don't think it'll be very tutorialized. I'll explain mechanics as we hit them, but it won't really be tutorialized. But I think, actually we're already on it, I think we're gonna be playing the enslaved stone camp, the Great Desert. But before we get into the actual game, I wanted to set myself a few rules, because I have a few hours in this game previously. So I think for this series, and we might do a few more series depending on how much you guys like it, but I think just for this series we're going to do a ranged only playthrough. Another major thing to mention about this series is that we are running with the Kenshi Blood and Sand collection / mod pack. So if we go into options, mods, here's all the mods. Down below I will leave a mod link to the collection, as well as the loadout or how you should, order them, in case any of you guys want to play along. But I think with that said, we can just kind of hop into Kenshi. As you can see, these are all of our settings. The only thing I've changed is easy prospecting. So let's begin. Alright guys, we've just loaded into creation screen. So I think because we are going for a ranged only, if we look at this guy, because of all the extra mods, we gotta wait for stuff to load in, but because there's so many mods, there's also a lot of new races. So if we can just scroll through the sub races, there's a lot of different races. It seems like this guy would probably be the best person for crossbows, period, because he has precision shooting, which means how often he hits his teammates, perception, which affects how accurate he is, and crossbows, which affects his range damage. And yeah, so let's just randomize him a few times. Sure, he looks fine. We'll call him, sure, you know what, Chuck's fine. Alright, let's confirm then. Alright, there we go. So I've just paused time. We're in the Great Desert. It looks like a slave camp. And right now we are an escaped slave, so we need to get into a cell to avoid a beating. Now where would that cell be? That's a noble house. There wouldn't be one there. There's turrets. There's probably some in these, yeah, cages. Okay. Let's see if we can run over and try and get into it. Now as we wait for stuff to load in, it will be a bit laggy, and that's because this is a fairly large mod pack, around 300 mods. I think it's actually the biggest mod pack currently on the Steam community, so bear with it. There we go. It's starting to speed up. So we can run in here and get in a cage. Alright, now we shouldn't get beaten. As you can see, there's a crap ton of guards, and our main goal, for at least right now, is to make it through to at least get out of this stone camp. So in this start, we're going to be forced to work as miners. So if we go into our stats menu and we go look at laboring, you can see that we are earning XP. The other thing we will be earning XP as we do this is athletics, so that because we can run faster. There are also our main skills. Right here are going to be crossbows, and if you look in the bottom left of this skill screen, it says crossbows, racial XP bonus, times 1.2. There's also precision shooting, 1.2, and there was one more skill, perception, right here, 1.2 gain. Now I think, yeah, so these are kind of our main attributes. These affect base damage. These are sort of like multipliers, but these are our base damage. So strength affects melee damage, toughness changes how much damage you take when you're hit, dexterity affects how fast you attack and reload, depending on if you're using a melee or range weapon, and precision is how accurate you are. There's also, as you can see, a lot of different trades. You can be a weapon, armor, or crossbow smith. You can also be a farmer or a cook. Combat, all of this stuff. A lot of this won't be very useful for us at this series. Dodge might become sort of useful, but as you can see the bottom left, because we chose I think it's a scout skeleton or something, we got a racial bonus of 0.8, so we get 20% less experience. So as we wait for our person to slowly level up his laboring and such, because with our athletics right now we can't... Oh, there's a fight going on. Oh, someone just got beaten. Alright, that's cool. So as we wait for him to level up his athletics and such, because right now we can't escape, and there's also bugs like the skimmers outside, which are fairly hostile. As you can see, they took out a guard. Man, he seems really tough. Okay. But our final goal for this series, I think, is to use only... Oh, uh-oh. They're beating up our guy for some reason. Alright. But I think our main goal for this series is going to be taking a city with ranged only units. So I think that's going to be pretty tough, because on most cities, let's see if they do have them here, they have mounted crossbows, so we're going to have some pretty trained up people. We might even start a city of ranged only people, depending on, you know, how well it'll work. So I guess for now, it's kind of just playing the waiting game, because they just, you know, freaking beat us up. I hope we don't die here. I don't know if they have any repair kits. So, I'll see you guys once our athletics is probably around 20 to 30. And then hopefully we'll be able to escape. Alright guys, something crazy just happened. So the guy next to us in our cell managed to escape, and he ran out all the way over here and grabbed the weapon from this unconscious slaver heavy guard. He then was promptly taken out by by the other guards. But he came back, and we're able to loot him through this. And it looks like they took it, but he did have a plate mace that we could have had. But it seems like they've taken it. I thought we had it there, but I just thought that was kind of cool. We can also practice... Oh, we're being sent to work again. But I think... I know, I thought that was just kind of crazy how he managed to get all the way out here and then bring a weapon all the way back in here. But again, it's just kind of playing the waiting game in this kind of early stage, because we have to wait for athletics to build up. So I'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, it's not looking good for Chuck. He's slowly bleeding out, and they haven't bandaged us because I don't think they have any skeleton repair kits. Because if you were playing as a skeleton, you have to, there's special repair kits that only you can use. So I think our boy Chuck here is kind of screwed. As you can see in the bottom left, he's dying. His stomach is slowly bleeding out. Will they bandage him? I don't think so. I think this is the end of it for Chuck. He didn't live a very long life. As you can see, the skimmers actually trying to beat up the guards. But as soon as this hits 150, I believe, and Chuck is dead. So that means we can start a new game. So I think again we're going to be doing the same scenario. Advanced options, all good. Alright. I'll be back once we're back in character creation. So after looking through it, I think we're actually going to go for a human islander now. The only reason why I don't think we'll go for a skeleton is because in the slave camps they don't have any skeleton repair kits. And in memory of Chuck, we'll also name this character Chuck because poor Chuck didn't get to live very long. So let's try this once again. So, cages. Where is the closest cage? It's in there. Alright. Chuck 2.0. Let's wait for everything to load in. As you can see in the top right. Alright. And we are done loading. Mostly. There we go. Let's get into the cage so that we don't get beaten up. And we're starting again. Now the reason I chose an islander is because even though they don't get the bonus to crossbows, they get a bonus to perception and dexterity, which are two arguably more important than precision shooting, because if you are, if you're precise and perceptive, you will never miss in the first place, so you probably won't hit your, hit your friends. So, and dexterity just affects how fast you can shoot. So I guess we're back to the waiting game again. We'll probably be a worker for a little bit, and then hopefully we are finally able to escape the slave camp. At least in this episode. So I figured that while we wait for Chuck 2.0 to level up, I would explain some of the, I guess you could say, lore behind the Great Desert. If we go to the map, this is the section called the Great Desert. I believe the faction that resides in the Great Desert also has power in Hang, the Eye, the Skim Sands, and Bast. And I'm not sure about Sinkun. But basically, the Traders Guild and the Slavers are kind of the same. So the Traders Guild is kind of the ruling faction. They have noble houses, which are kind of the most powerful people who can abuse their power to just make more money. They also are heavily guarded by the samurai heavies. If we look down here, they have around 60. They have 60 attack, around 50 defense, 50 strength. Not very much dexterity, but a lot of toughness. So they are pretty heavily guarded. And the leader of this faction is, he's like the noble king or something. I forget his real name, but we'll probably discover him later on. He is not very nice, but he's also got a crap ton of guards around him. Then there's also the slavers who are in league with the trade guild, who kind of are more of the working force, you could say, of the government. But yeah, the noble house, there's a noble house in every slave/town. So you can always find them. There's usually some decent loot in this, but again, it's always really heavily guarded. But I think if we go to Mr. Chuck here, we aren't skilled enough to pick lock the cage, but we can pick lock our shackles to get those off, and we might gain enough skill to be able to pick lock our way out of this cell. And if we can do that, now is the prime time to escape, because I don't think there's any guards at the... Yeah, there's not really many guards at the front gate, and it looks like they're being overrun. Or at least attacked frequently. So we're just going to keep lockpicking. Eventually he'll succeed. That's another cool thing. You can kind of try as much as you want. There we go. Come on, Chuck. I placed my hopes in you. Please don't fail me. Man, he's already level 5 lockpicking from just this. Because he's failed so many times. But if we look in here, another advantage of being an islander is that we gain more stats. We gain faster stats in dodge. We also, where is it? Oh yeah, athletics and swimming, we gain an extra 1.2 XP, and he's just finished. Sadly, we are not good enough at lockpicking to escape. Can we unlock his shackles? We can. I don't know how that works. I guess we just kind of reach through the bars of the cage to unshackle his shackles. But again, we're just kind of building lockpick skills so that we can eventually escape this, the cage. Sadly, this cage is a really high lock difficulty. So yeah, we can't even attempt it. What do you have on you? We can steal his pants. We just stole his pants. So I figured, while Mr. Chuck is trying to lockpick a cage with not having very much success, we should name our faction. And if you guys have any good faction names, feel free to put them down in the comments down below. But I think for now we'll just be called the Rangers because we do a lot of range stuff, I guess. That's my best kind of reasoning. But it's been about almost 2 days now, and Chuck's still trying to lockpick. Oh, I think he just got this guy's cage open. But he can now start picklocking his cage. Wow, okay. He did that pretty quick. We might actually be able to make a break for it as soon as night hits. We'll see then if we can finally escape this cell. Alright guys, night has just fallen and it looks like there's only one guard and he's got a oh, there's 2 guards. Both have hurt left legs and they're not going to be hopefully not as fast as us. I guess we can try. I mean, worst comes to worst, we get put back here. So, let's try it. Honestly, make a dash anyway, dude. Let's see. How fast is it? Oh, God. Oh, no. He's not very... What? They're just gonna ignore us? Oh. Okay. Do we still have shackles on? Alright, let's chuck those off. And we are now an escaped slave. So they have seen us. But it looks like they're preoccupied fighting a carrion crawler. That's cool. So now, I think we're gonna run to Stoat. Just because I think they're probably gonna be... Who are these people? Mercenaries. They're part of the mercenary guild. And these are just nomads, right? Or they're just kind of traders. So now what we kind of need to worry about is his hunger, because if we look on the bottom left, his hunger is not doing so well. So once we reach Stoat, I will come back and we'll see what we can do there. So while we were running to Heft, these manhunters over here, I found that they had a... Ooh. They're just unconscious. Okay, they should kill this guy in a little bit. But we can loot up these guys' bodies for money. I guess we can grab the animal claws, because those are stackable. Oh, so are these. Okay. I think that's actually a mod. I don't think it's stackable in vanilla. But now we have a source of food. Oh, half-eaten book. You know, it's worth more than these, so... There we go. That skimmer's gonna attack him. But now we can build a campfire. Buildings... Camping. Wow, that's a lot of... It's a lot of cooking stuff. But campfire. Confirm. Now we can auto-haul. If we go into here, he'll eat the grilled meat. And then we won't starve to death. There's a... Ooh. There's a manhunter guy who's been knocked out. Maybe we can steal his loot. We won't be able to use... That's not good. It hasn't noticed us. It's still aggroed on the the other guys, but still kind of scary. Alright, we have a spiked club model 04 blue, which means it's pretty decent actually. And we're just gonna steal all of his clothes because actually, do we want this? Does it affect dexterity, stealth? I think we're gonna keep it for now. Okay, there we go. I think we're gonna keep it now just because it doesn't affect our athletics, so we're not gonna take the boots, and I guess we can take the helmet for now just because it doesn't affect our athletics. As long as we can run as fast as we can, that is kind of what we want right now because we're gonna be kind of running from all of our fights, so we can just collect up all this food. We also now have that bandage from him, which is pretty good because that means we can, if we get hurt, we can bandage up our wounds so that we don't bleed out and die. Encumbrance, we're pretty encumbered, which isn't great. Which is weighing us down so much. Who are these guys? Ah, they're traders. We can speak to them actually and sell off our stuff. So I think we will talk to, and we're just gonna dismantle that. Autosave. Thank you for autosaving. I don't know. Are we too slow to be able to catch up? Okay, no, we're not. That's good at least. But we're pretty encumbered, but what this will do, it'll raise our strength. Who are these guys? Okay, they're just mercenary guild. No, stop running! Okay, I think we're gonna have to ditch a few things. I think we're gonna ditch that and that. We'll go back to being, dude with some pants. Ah, that's so annoying. Can I just right-click on him? Talk to, please. Alright, I don't know what they're doing. That's so weird. Alright, I think we're just going to continue heading to Stoat because these guys are acting a bit odd. So wait, we might be able to catch up to him unless he does that weird buggy thing again. Come on. Alright, we can talk to him now. Let's trade. Oh, wow, he's got a lot of stuff. So first off, we're going to sell off our, he has no money. You know what? That's not great. What does he actually have that I want, though? Not much, actually. Just mainly food, and we've got a bunch of food from, those skimmers that we robbed their, meat from. So I think, I guess that means we can just continue on to Stoat. Alright, I'll see you guys when we get to Stoat. Eventually. Hopefully today. Oh, wow, guys. So, I was just following this caravan because there was a bunch of skimmers nearby. And apparently this is a skimmer alpha. And he has a half-eaten ancient science book, which is worth 1,500 cats. Which is the currency. And it's not like an actual cat, it's more of a coin, but... So I think we're just going to take that, the Alpha Blood Vial, whatever that is, and all of these animal claws. As you can see, these mercenaries got kind of beaten up. But I guess they're Stoat, so I think we should just try and make a run for Stoat. Yeah, the mercenaries are much faster than us. What do these actually have, though? These carrion crawlers. Oh, they just have inedible meat. So, a little bit of time has passed since the last clip. We are so very close to Stoat. And there's also a yellow wall here, whatever that does. I think that's a sandstorm. But the slavers have caught up to us, so I think we're kind of screwed. Even if we ditch everything right now, our left leg is damaged, so we're not going to be able to run, so I think we're kind of... Yeah, we're just going to kind of be knocked out, honestly. Yep, there we go. They're going to bandage us up. Not fully, apparently. Oh, don't tell me you're just going to let me bleed out. That would suck. Come on, really? That sucks. Come on, apply first aid, please. We survived. Okay, let's go into sneak mode. Okay, so we shouldn't lose any limbs, but we're pretty wounded. We're now an ex-slave, which is not great. We still have a 60% looks like a slave. We need to get that as low as possible. I think we're gonna... Well, we kind of have to go into... No, we can't go into Stoat. It's too risky. We're just gonna get beaten up. So where can we go? There's the border zone. But that's pretty far away. We'd have to go through the Iron Valley, which is full of a lot of tough mobs. They're pretty high level. I guess we can make a dash for Bast. I guess. Hope we don't get ambushed by anything. You know what? I think we kind of have to go into here because otherwise we're not going to be able to fully heal up, and we're just going to die. So there's the slave shop. Actually, the ranger shop. Because remember, we can only use ranged weapons, so the sooner we start getting onto ranged weapon training... Okay, excuse me. Sir. Mr. Chuck. Where are you going? Ah, you're gonna enter from that gate? I mean, okay. I guess you can. Ooh, there's also a general shop, so we should be able to buy bandages there. And keep in mind, this is on ×3 speed. If we go to ×1 speed, he is just kind of hobbling around. Please don't recognize us. We are friendly. Never a slave, ever. Now we need to get some more clothes so that we don't look like a slave as much. Ah, a new buyer. Yes, I am a buyer. Alright, let's trade. Please. Yeah, okay. There we go. He's got quite a bit of stuff. I think first off we're going to sell him that. All of our animal claws and teeth and such. All that and that. Now we have food. We need bandages. We can buy a cabbage. Bandages. Or first aid kits. There we go. I want to keep a decent amount of money so that we can afford a crossbow. But there we go. And then we're going to auto-assign him to always medic himself. There we go. He's healing up his leg. Now ideally we would be able to get a bed or a room for a decent amount of time. We're discovered by who? I don't think anyone cares in this town. I hope not. If they do, we're just going to be sent back to prison. There's the slavers. They are going to attack us if they see us, so let's be a little bit sneaky. Slave shop. Okay, can you guys leave, please? We just kind of need to get into... Oh wow. Okay, I think we're safe. I hope. At least for now. Let's trade. This is the ranger shop, so they should have crossbows. Wow. Ooh. Okay. So we only have 3,886 cats, so not a whole lot. But maybe we'll be able to buy something. Probably a crappy weapon. 3-shot. We can buy the 3-shot Ranger. Do they have 3-shot ammo here? They do. 400 each. Alright. I guess we will go for this then. To that. We don't have 1,000 cats left, so yeah. A lot of cool weapons here, though. Kinda wish I could, had enough money to buy a few more of these cool weapons. But with that said, where should we go now? Well, we're gonna need more money. And we still need to get rid of this ex-slave status. So I think our best bet is gonna be heading towards the hub, where things are easier, but there's not as much high-level gear. But what we should be at least able to train up. The border zone is this. I think the hub is around here-ish. So I think that's probably where we'll go. And if anything happens along the way, I'll let you guys know. Alright guys, but I think with all that said, I think this is a good ending point for the video. You know, right before we're going to head to the hub and start training up. And you can see on our character's back, he's got his new weapon. We've escaped the slave camp. You know, Chuck 1.0 would be proud. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And if you guys want to have any input on this video, or series rather, if you want to add any extra challenges or anything, or even have ideas for a future series, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I reply to most of the comments. But yeah, I hope you have a great day, and goodbye.